Welcome to Edussentials, where we don't just revise, we master. This session, we're going to be answering the question, what is pragmatics? Before we start, like always, don't forget to look at our website and you can shop our AS and A-Level English Language Mastery Workbook and flashcards. Use code LANG10 for 10% off all A-Level products. So, what is pragmatics? This is where things get really interesting. If semantics is about the literal meaning of words, then pragmatics is about what we actually mean when we use them. Put simply, pragmatics is the study of implied meaning. It looks at what is said versus what is meant. And here's the key idea. People don't always say exactly what they mean. We rely on context, shared understanding, and assumptions to interpret meaning. So let's start with a simple example. Imagine someone says, "It's cold in here." Semantically, that's just a statement about temperature. But pragmatically, it could mean close the window, or it could mean turn the heating on. The meaning is implied, but not stated. Here's another example. Nice of you to show up. On the surface, that sounds positive, but depending on tone and context, it could actually mean you're late. That's pragmatics. Now let's introduce a key concept. Inference. This is what the listener does. They infer meaning based on the situation, the tone, and the relationship between speakers. So meaning is not just created by the speaker, it's constructed between speaker and listener. Now let's go a bit deeper, A-level level. Pragmatics often involves something called implicature. This is a key term, and it's when meaning is suggested without being directly stated. For example, saying some of the students passed. What does that imply? Not all of them passed, even though that isn't said explicitly. Here's another key idea, politeness and indirectness. We often soften what we say. Instead of "give me the pen," we say, "Could you pass me the pen?" Same outcome, but more polite. Pragmatically, this shows awareness of social norms, power relationships, and respect. Now think about power. If a teacher says, "I'd like you to start working now," it sounds polite, but pragmatically, it's still a command. So why is pragmatics important? Because it helps you uncover hidden meanings, understand tone and attitude, analyze relationships between speakers. At A-level, this is where your analysis becomes sophisticated, because you're not just analyzing language, you're analyzing human interaction. So how do we analyze pragmatics properly? Here's your structure. Number 1, identify what is being said. Start with the surface meaning. Number 2, explore what is actually meant. So ask yourself, is there an implied meaning? What is being suggested rather than stated? Then number 3, link to context and effect. And this is crucial. Ask yourself, why is the speaker being indirect? What does this reveal about relationships, power, or intention? So let me model that. The statement, "It's cold in here," functions pragmatically as an indirect request, implying that the listener should take action, such as closing a window, which reflects a polite and non-confrontational tone. Here's another example. The phrase, "nice of you to show up," carries a sarcastic implicature, suggesting criticism rather than praise, revealing frustration towards the listener. So here's a final thought. Pragmatics is where language becomes real-life meaning. It's not just about what is said, it's about what is understood. So when you analyze language, don't just stop at the words, read between the lines, because that's what takes your analysis from basic to perceptive and sophisticated.